Right, so this is an update, fall update of the garden. Um, I'm about to show you some update about some sweet potatoes I began immediately after my first harvest of the orange sweet potatoes, and I harvested those in September. But right after that, or actually right before that, in September, I planted some other ones, and just to give a full update here. Uh, I already removed it, but in this container I had the Okinawan I was trying to grow. I didn't get I didn't get any production out of it. It had been growing since July, and they were starting to grow. Well, actually, I can show you. See these right here? They were starting to grow, but this is as big as they got since July, and it's a little disappointing. I'm a little disappointed, but not much. Not much at all. I'm gonna just go back to the drawing board. I'm gonna just give it another try. Actually, what I'm going to be working on within the next few months is making sure my soil is has the proper nutrition, and then I'm gonna give it another try probably in March. So, but they were starting to grow. Like this is actually um, a root that had turned into a potato, or maybe it was just a root. But at some point, I don't know if it was going to be right here or if it was going to be right here where the potatoes was going to start growing. So I had a few of these, and it were going to start growing, but it was just they were just moving extremely slow. And it was my first time trying to grow this variety, so um, I don't know. I don't know why they did that bad of a job. But I credit that due to probably due to my soil, because I'm using Miracle Grow Performance Organics, and I noticed that in that particular type of soil, it's a lot of organic matter, which can be good, but it's not a lot of other nutrition that would be beneficial for growth. So I think that's the main cause of the problem. But let me see. I harvested some orange sweet potatoes. I had two sweet potatoes in here, and really I didn't plan on growing that. I put those in here at the beginning of August, and due to the recent cold weather that we got, the unexpected cold weather, my vines died back. So I took the potatoes out. Um, I ended up planting it just because I didn't want to waste some other slips that I had. I didn't want to throw it away, and I probably had enough to eat already, because you can eat the sweet potato leaves. They are good for you. They taste a little bit better than spinach, and that's why I ended up growing that. So I actually had good production out of that particular plant. And right now, let's see. Well, right here, I have, this is Japanese sweet potatoes, and this particular one right here, this plant, can you see that? Yeah, this plant right here, I don't know what this variety is called. I don't know what that variety is called. But I'm not going to harvest this one, the Japanese. I'm not going to try to harvest that today. I'm gonna try to wait until December, which was my original plan for all of these container plants. Um, I'm gonna wait as long as the weather is pleasant enough, and provided that the vines don't die. And what else we got? I am going to harvest this one right now. I'm gonna see what's in this one, what kind of production we got from this one. It's a mixture, I have it labeled as a mixture of orange sweet potatoes and Okinawan, the purple ones. So I'm not expecting much production from the Okinawan because I'm finding out they can be hard to grow, and we'll see what else we got. Um, Actually, from the orange sweet potato. Let's see. Okay. So let me show y'all this. So we may, let's see, right here, if y'all can see that here, we may have something right here. Let's see. Let's see. Fix the camera. Okay. Well, it feel like we got something. Let's see. Some nice roots. Sweet potatoes always have a lot of roots, so hey, it's not really saying much. Looked like I saw something, unless that was a leaf. Yeah, I think that was a leaf. All right, let's see. Whoa. Yeah, I think we got something down now. Feel like I got something. Now this is some kind of plant that began growing alongside the sweet potato plant. It's something different. It's not a sweet potato plant. So I may have to look it up using Google Lens so I can identify what this is. Just sit that to the side. Oh wow. Oh, so I forgot to put my gloves on. Gloves. All right, so, wait a minute. No, oh no, that's nothing. So far, so far it don't look like I got anything. Don't look like I got anything out of this container. Let's see. No. Wow. It's very interesting. A little small thing. That is. See that? I can compost that. Let's see. Very interesting. Oh, okay. This is the Okinawan. Yeah, this is the Okinawan sweet potato. I mean, but really, once it cures, it should the skin should be like a light tan color, and the inside should be a dark, rich purple. So, I'm seeing little, very tiny, small buds of it, but you know, not the full thing that I was expecting. And I'm just interested to know it had, why it hasn't done anything, and it's been since July. So I'm going to do some research about that. But I'm not, I'm not extremely saddened by it. I mean, I just take it as a learning experience, and I'm really about to begin focusing on making this soil much more nutritious, so that I can use it, so that I can use it in March. so I can get better production. Okay, so we got one sweet potato right here. This is the orange sweet potato. And what I've been noticing is that the orange sweet potatoes I've been growing and harvesting, the skin is like a pinkish color. It's more of a pinkish color, and it's not as brown like when we go to the store and get them. So I don't know what the difference is between that. Trying to make sure maybe this number. All right. Yeah. So. Wow. All right. So yeah, nothing. I didn't get nothing out of this. Didn't get nothing much out of here. Okay. All right. Okay. So. Yes. Who knows? But um, in this container right here, I harvested earlier, and this is what I got. This is what I got out of there. Got these right here. I got these out of that one. These are orange sweet potatoes. Thankful for this. Some little fingerling ones. Some little smaller ones, you know. Yep. Yep. So thankful for that. So sit these on the side. I'm gonna let these start curing, and like I said, these Japanese ones, I'll wait for these. Try to wait until December. Um, Hopefully it won't get too cold for them. Also, What else we got? I had another kind of sweet potato in here, and I wasn't getting any production out of it. This here is a raspberry plant. This is raspberry right here. And I also have some strawberries that I think I'm gonna try to put in this bed or in this planter box. Um, what else we got? This is a cherry tree right here. Somebody, co-worker, shout out to Damon. He gave me this cherry tree right here. I'm just keeping it alive right now. There were a few times where some flowers bloomed from it, but no cherries yet. So hopefully by springtime, hopefully in the springtime or summertime, it should produce cherries for me. And over here I got some collard greens growing. Yeah, these are all collard greens right here. Along with these weeds that I need to get up. I'm gonna get these weeds up, but please excuse the weeds. And we got some other stuff going on too. All of this, all these things right here, all of this stuff is going into compost. All of this is gonna give my compost a good start, good source of nitrogen. I had cantaloupe trying to grow. This actually came out of this is cantaloupe, and it came out of the compost bin. It started sprouting when it was hot, and I just put it in this pot. And I knew it was late in the season. I think that probably happened in like late August, early September. I knew it was too late, but I let it go just so that I can get an introduction to what it's like to grow cantaloupe or the melons. Now this bed right here, this is the one that I use for my orange sweet potatoes, and I harvested in September, and right like just a few days later I began planting other stuff. These are other potatoes. And this middle row is orange sweet potatoes, mostly orange. This is Evangeline or something. I don't even know how that looks, or I don't know yet. But I got a few Japanese over here. I think this is Evangeline as well. And I initially, in that last row, all along that last row is Okinawan. And I don't know. My experience with Okinawan has been a rough one for right now. Okinawan potatoes are the purple ones. They're tan on the outside, royal purple on the inside, have a very sweet flavor without doing anything to them. They're very good, supposed to be good for fighting colon cancer. And initially, like I was saying, I had all potatoes in here, and when I began getting fall crops or things to plant for the fall, I got strawberries, and this is cabbage actually. Strawberries right here, and cabbage. The cabbage the cabbage should be bigger by now. So it could be because I have all this other stuff in the box that I'm not it's not getting enough nutrition. That could be it. So I got to figure out what I'm gonna do with that. But hopefully this planter box or this garden bed right here, it receives the most sun. It receives more sun than my containers that were over there. So I think I should get a better yield from this bed. In regards to the Okinawan, I'm not sure. We're gonna see. We're gonna see how that turned out. What I can say about this bed is that I did fertilize it before. I replanted all this stuff. I fertilized it with whatever, some kind of all-purpose fertilizer I got. It's 888, and I also put some worm castings in here as well. I put that in here, and I put bone meal in it. The first time with the orange sweet potatoes, I didn't do anything. I just used the dirt. Oh, and I did use some Dr. Ertz fertilizer with my orange sweet potatoes. It's 222, low, low grade fertilizer, but um, good quality stuff, organic stuff. But the second time around for this bed, I just used all of the other stuff that I mentioned. So that's why I'm expecting a better harvest from this one. So we'll see. I'll most likely post a video about that. Um, but yeah, this is the status of the fall garden for me. After all of the potatoes were planted, I planted cabbage, the cabbage, which is right here, the strawberries, the lavender. This lavender, it actually had a lot of brown on it. I was able to prune a lot of it off, and it's doing real good now. This is the lavender, and it smells good too. And this right here is actually Mamaki tea. Um, so I this time around I began adding compost. I began adding compost into this garden bed in an effort to give more nutrition or fertilizer to the plants in here. So in September and October, I was adding the compost, and this plant began sprouting. And I used Google Lens. I used Google Lens to look it up, and found out that it's Mamaki tea. I think you spell it Mamaki, and it's based out of Hawaii, and it's supposed to have cancer-fighting properties in it. So that's where that came from. So I got cantaloupe. I got cantaloupe. I think 2 cantaloupe plants came from my compost, um, and that Mamaki tea plant that came from compost as well. So I got more. I got one more thing. The cabbage. Now, this my cabbage is in the ground right here. Cabbage is in the ground. I have clay. This is clay dirt. This is clay soil or clay dirt over here. But I also mixed it with some soil that I have, and I put some fertilizer in here, and it's been doing great. We had a lot of rain yesterday, and within the past week we actually had a lot of rain, and it's doing real good. So I'm judging the cabbage that I have in the garden bed over there by this one, and I'm noticing this one is looking much more vibrant and healthier. So that's the state of the fall garden. I got my compost bin. One thing I did fall in love with this past summer was composting, because it allows you to make your own soil, or you make your own dirt, and well, your own soil, because dirt isn't equal to soil. But you can make your own soil, and you don't have to keep going to the store to buy it, because it adds up. And that's one of the beauties of planting and growing your own food, or trying to at least, in my case, is you can reuse a lot of the stuff you already have. For example, these this is the soil that I was using. This is the soil I was using for a lot of my plants. So now that it's free, look at that. Now that it's free and available, in order to use it so that I can get better production out of it, I can just add some nutrients to it. I can, I don't know, whether it be fruit and vegetable food scraps, or, worm castings, or organic fertilizer. I can add that stuff into it, let it sit, and it'll be nice and ready come March or once it gets hot. Oh, and just for fun, let me show y'all this. And just for fun, I planted. I had, like I said, I don't like to waste my slips, my sweet potato slips. So if I know somebody, if I can't find anybody to give them to, I'll either eat the leaves or um, I find another way to plant them. Sometimes I have too many things. If I have too many things planted, I can't plant it. But right here, do y'all see that? I can't see. Wait. Right here, I don't even remember what, if one of these are Japanese and one of these are, I want to say Okinawan. I don't know, but one of them are Japanese. And I planted it over here. Actually, with this particular spot, I was going to try to plant a banana tree. So I actually had some compost left over from when I first tried to make it back in June, and I also have a lot of banana peels under here, and that's one thing that sweet potatoes like, is a lot of phosphorus and potassium. So that could be why that spot is doing so good, due to the compost and all of the banana peels under it. I'm sure the banana peels are broken down by now, or they at least, the plant is at least benefiting from that. And I think that's only been going for like maybe a month. I'm not sure, but it hasn't been long, so I'm really trying to let it go as long as possible. I don't know if it's going to survive the cold weather. We'll see. But it's fun to try it. So, but that's the state of the garden bed. My garden right now. The garden bed, as it relates to that, I didn't get much production out of that. The garden bed and the community bed, I thought I had actual soil in it, and I don't. I guess it's just field dirt. I don't know. But I didn't do nearly as well with the sweet potatoes as I did here in my own backyard with the soil that I bought. So at the garden bed, at the community garden, I'm in the process of nourishing that dirt. I'm doing in bed